Show your hands! Show me your hands!
Alright y'all, welcome back to Combat Arms channel. Okay, so today we're checking out the Royal Canadian Navy. More specifically, we're checking out the NTOG, or NTOG, which is a Naval Tactical Operations Group. Now, I've been trying to react to this unit for a pretty long time now, but it hasn't been too high up on my list as far as, you know, priorities. But I'm excited to get into this, because this is like pretty cool. It's like a 5-part series. This is on the Royal Canadian Navy YouTube channel. So I'll probably end up breaking this into 2 parts. So I'll probably watch like 2 or 3 episodes in the first part, and then I'll finish it off in the next part. I'll probably just upload that video tomorrow for you guys. But I'm excited to check it out. These videos look pretty cool. Now, of course, before we get into the video, I do have a Patreon. So if you guys want to support the channel, you can go and support me on Patreon. Right now, I do behind the scenes content, and I'll you know, put that as like a reward for being a patron. And at the same time, I'm trying to get some more exclusive stuff. So maybe like some exclusive items, so maybe some custom channel items. So I'm trying to work that, so stay tuned for that. Of course, I do have merch, so if you guys, you know, want to get a mug or something like that, you can go check out the merch in the description. And if you don't want to do that, I would recommend checking out the Discord, because the Discord is really cool. You can go and chat with other members of the Combat Arms channel community. A lot of cool people, so I definitely recommend it. But let's get into these videos. So this is training at the rifle range. So I guess we'll see how the Naval Tactical Operations Group does their shooting. Let's see if they're any good at it. Okay. Nice kit right off the bat. Especially with the tan and the black. That's pretty sick. Okay, blue, I guess. Alright, so of course, let's check out the gear. So we have some pretty standard plate carriers. Looks like they got like some navy blue jumpsuits. I'm not really sure. They don't look like they're flight suits. Per se, but they're probably like, they might be like flame retardants, pretty similar to like maybe Navy coveralls. We have Safariland holster, pretty nice. Hydration pouches, okay, and then you got some electronic hearing protection. So pretty cool stuff so far. Oh man,
the Naval Tactical
love the
Operations
rifle range
itself was created on the 10th of June of 2014.
Oh, 2014, okay.
Regular and reserve force personnel, sailors and officers from all trades and all Royal Canadian Naval units.
I signed up so that I could work in an environment where being...
Okay, come on now, you can't... I thought that he was going to have like a cool operator hat. Is that like a Mustang hat or something? Okay.
Where being
Teach
a
his
hard
own.
worker and a dedicated individual is respected and desired.
This is where you kind of have to make it work for yourself. Everybody's body's a little different.
Word.
What you're trying to accomplish with this is limiting exposure. You've got these cutouts on the side, so you're trying to frame your body in a way that you're not going to be exposing, and at the same time giving yourself that positive shooting position so you can actually...
That's some good training right there.
Everybody got eyes and ears? All right, look at it.
Firing from a barricade is fun. Alright, so we got some, I guess that's the C8 rifle with EOTechs. I gotta say, I love the EOTech. It's a great optic. They do have the older EOTechs. This is the same EOTech that I used when I was on the recapture tactics team. And the thing with these is you have the 2 batteries. I think it was 2 AA batteries that you would put in the battery pack. And on one end, you have this piece of rubber with the spring, like the battery contact. That would always get loose. So sometimes you'd just be shooting and the rubber would get loose. The spring would, you know, shift slightly and the optic would just turn off. So the newer models don't really have that issue. But yeah, those were such a pain in the butt.
So right now we've been using rifles and the pistol. We've learned to use each one of those independently and then transitioning from one to the other.
A SIG pistol, huh?
All right.
Not a fan.
12:36, go some lunch.
We're really only in the beginning phase. I've noticed a huge difference just being out here every day for the last few weeks.
We're about a third the way through the training. It is extremely demanding, but extremely fulfilling every day.
It's going to be a simple gunshot wound to the leg.
Okay, so now we got some medical stuff going in. That's kind of cool. So I'm not sure what we're seeing here. It sounds like this is like the training they're going through to get on the team, or they're just going through like a training cycle right now. But okay, I mean, again, shooting with the rifle and pistol is really fun stuff. But this looks very reminiscent to what I did in the Marine Corps Close Quarter Battle School, because you'd start off with a pistol on the range because generally people aren't as good at shooting pistols, so that would knock out a lot of the people who are trying for the team. So you'd start with the pistol, from there you'd move to the rifle, and then you start going into transition work, which is a lot of fun. But yeah, we had Berettas. You can see here they have some SIGs. Not a huge fan of SIGs, but they seem like they have some pretty good equipment for what they're doing. So, okay, so that was the first video. We saw a little bit of their rifle shooting. Okay, nothing too crazy. Again, shooting barricades, that's pretty simple stuff. It's really fun when you start, you know, putting like stress shooting and whatnot. But okay, that was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. It makes me want to go and shoot, especially the whole barricade stuff. It's a lot of fun to do. Okay, so this one is saving a wounded operator. So now we're moving into some medical training. I'm not too sure what kind of background all these people have going into this, but I mean, it's nice that they actually get to focus in on what they do need to know for this specific job. So I will say medical training is super fun and super rewarding, but it can be pretty brutal depending on how you want to do it, really. All right. So it seems like they do get some better stuff whenever they actually get through everything. At least that's what it's looking like here.
Gunshot wound to the leg.
Contact!
Fight the fight. Uncontrolled bleeds. Take care of that bleed. Get him back into your tactical field care bubble.
Anytime you find an entry wound,
where did
you
get
try
shot?
to find an exit wound. Doesn't mean it's going to be right behind. It depends on the angle it's going through. Bony structures that it might have hit might redirect and come out somewhere else. Ideally, this is when you rip out your scissors. Tactically, how am I going to package this guy up and get him out of here effectively? Operation.
So I do like how they have like a small group that they're actually teaching on, because a lot of times when you're doing some medical stuff, there'll be like, you know, one instructor to like 30 people or whatnot. So this is kind of cool. It looks like they're treating a gunshot wound to the chest, because he's saying, well, it might not just be to the chest, because he's saying check for an exit wound and whatnot. So yeah, whenever you go and evaluate a casualty, you need to do like your blood sweep just to see where, you know, if there is an entry wound, you need to check if there's an exit wound, see if there's any bleeding anywhere else. Do your evaluation real quick, just so you can prioritize everything.
What are we doing? Is this now a situation?
The training we provide to the students, it's highly realistic. This is to maintain operational focus. We reinforce the requirement for every NTOG operator to be highly skilled and effective in all environmental and lighting conditions.
Yeah, as it should be. Hell yeah.
So, during the search phase, one of your operators is trying to search something overhead and fell off this ladder and is lying here.
That's Carl right there.
Skills, though, it's a significant challenge, and it really requires exceptional stress management skills from our students. Just meeting the standards is really difficult.
That's pretty cool. I never got to do anything like that, like hoisting a casualty.
We tend to attract personnel who want responsibility. They want to own and solve problems.
I know what they mean by that. Okay, so with units like this, you don't want any problem children, so to speak. You want people who are like actually motivated, like self-motivated too, not just like by, you know, materialistic things. You need that intrinsic motivation for why they're actually doing it. They need to be disciplined, they need to be smart, they need to be mature. That's a big thing, because if they're not mature, then it's just going to be a nightmare. So you want to avoid those problem children, and you want to weed it out through the training, see who's actually committed to everything. Okay, so that was pretty cool. We got a little bit of the medical training in. So this next one just says, this is what we do. So I guess it's going to go a little bit more in depth. That's maybe some of the maritime stuff. So we'll check out this episode, and then we'll stop here, and then we'll watch the next two in the next part. So let's check it out. This is what we do. So that's pretty motivating. Skipped a little intro there. Okay. Yeah, again, I do think they definitely get better stuff whenever they get through.
So in discussing the role and the expectations for our naval tactical operators on deployment, the primary role of our naval tactical operations group teams on deployment is to maintain a high level of readiness for maritime interdiction operations. Our personnel can expect to fully participate in all tasks, including keeping the ship clean and supporting the ship as part of the emergency services organization.
Come on, you're trying to like hype them up and make them sound super badass. You can't be saying like, yeah, they help clean the ship. Yeah, it's true, but come on now, you can't be saying that in these kinds of videos.
Essentially sharing all aspects of shipboard life with their crewmates. There's also the attraction to deploy on unique missions that very few sailors will ever experience in their career. In the fleet, these opportunities are quite rare. However, in the Naval Tactical Operations Group, these are really the norm.
Here we go. Yeah, it is that maritime stuff. So cool.
We can do the comms piece.
Okay.
One guy.
So it seems like they're getting some different stuff now as far as like their gear. So maybe they get some better stuff whenever they're going through the course. But okay, so they're doing some more maritime stuff. Maybe this stuff itself is just suited more to the maritime operations as opposed to what they're wearing on the range. But yeah, we have some pretty nice bump helmets here with some IR lights. Looks like maybe like a dry suit or something. And then they have this ladder, so they're doing their boarding. So I'm not sure what the situation was, what they're actually training here, but maritime operations is a completely different beast when you're talking about normal CQB stuff and clearing out an enclosed space.
We can do the comms piece. We got one guy in there, then we'll have one guy back.
Very fun though. Yeah, just there's no room on a ship. Oh.
The training we provide to the students, it's highly realistic. This is to maintain operational focus.
Oh, they got the paint rounds. That is some of the best training you'll ever do. What the heck? Was he rappelling? Okay, I've never seen them actually rappel back onto their small boats. Is that what we were seeing there? Huh. I mean, okay, it might be a little bit easier than just using the ladder, but okay, I've not seen that before. It's pretty cool. Maybe they're just getting in some rappelling on ship and not so much focusing on the extract. Okay, that looks like a lot of fun. I gotta say, if you guys have ever done any maritime operations, I'm sure you feel the same way. It's always way more fun, way more exciting. There's just something about being on a ship because, the ship's moving around a lot. Just your marksmanship in general is going to be hard to nail. And then when you start moving to tactics and, you're going through the enclosed spaces and there's no room, you can't do like 2 people abreast. You have to do like one single stack. Whenever you start getting engaged in a stack like that, it can get pretty sketchy. But okay, this looks like a lot of fun. So we will finish the last 2 episodes in the next part. So it seems pretty cool. I'm glad we're getting a pretty good insight as to how they're actually doing their training. But again, it's making me like, it's pretty nostalgic and it's reminding me of stuff that I used to do. So very cool. Okay, so I will see you guys in the next part. Again, I'll upload that tomorrow so you guys can go check it out. So I'm not going to try and space it out too much, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, feel free to check out all that good stuff in the video description. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment and let me know what you think. That's it for this one. I'll see you all in the next one.